Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be taking a quick look at AAVE. We're going to be walking you through some major bullish signals that have appeared in the charts that have not been seen in quite some time. And at the end of the video I am going to be walking you through a major breakout that has just occurred in the crypto market that could affect your entire altcoin portfolio. All that and more in this video. Let's dive in. So before we do actually get into the video, I'm going to give you a gentle reminder to please do hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. I'm making these videos here, guys, to help give you an edge in this increasingly competitive market. So hit subscribe now because you never know when you might need that extra edge. So let's dive in. So I've got AAVE on my screen right now. I mean, I've been in this market for years now and I've never known whether it's AAVE or AAVE, so I don't know, maybe one of you can let me know about that in the comments below. But anyway, regardless of that, we're going to call it AAVE for the purpose of this video. So what we've got here, we're going to focus mainly on the 2-week time frame for this particular video because we've had a pretty big signal here, right? We have confirmed a breakout above our EMA band here on the 2-week time frame, which does not happen every day, guys, right? In fact, if we look at, we're looking at basically this candle here, which closed last week, and you can see it closed above the EMA band. Now let's take a look in history on what has happened when this has occurred previously. So we didn't get any signals like this in the last cycle at all, but we did get one in October of 2023. We can see the way we got this candle, we closed above the EMA band here. So what happened after that? You can see we had this major rally, but let's call it a little one. Let's call it up to this, but we still had this significant 70% rally. Now, what happened after this then was it got a little bit choppy, whereas we seen this candle close above, close below, close above, close below, and eventually had the big one. So you can see, yeah, there's a couple of fake signals there, but basically, once you did actually break out, you know, you got this huge rally to the upside of basically, let's call it, yeah, 330%. So this is not a signal you want to be messing with, and it also has some confluence here. So if we pull up our RSI here, again, all of this is on the 2-week time frame. We're focusing on the 2-week in this video. You could see we have recently on the RSI, we were below our midline here, which is the white line, and we have recently broken above it with follow through, with momentum, which is fantastic. And again, it's something you do not see every day, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a choppy one, because you can see here previously in about this time last year, so April, May, June, July, we were sort of chopping around this white line, this mid zone, and that is not good for trading because, as I say, you're not really getting any clear directions here. But this time we have completely broken through that. We've broken through all of this prior resistance that we used to have here. We've broken well above that now, and it looks like a confirmed break. And in 5 days time, the second candle will close, and that will even give us even more merit, more confidence in the signal that it has bottomed. And apart from that, there's only one other time this has occurred, and that was at the end of last cycle, which obviously was a fake out because it basically broke above and then fell back through. But the difference here this time is that last time we were below our EMA band, this time we're above it. So they are two different scenarios. For me, that looks like the correction is over and that the bottom is in for AAVE, which was at $113, and I think it's now time to push up to our previous all-time high, potentially even beyond. The last indicator we're going to walk through here on the AAVE chart is our stochastic RSI. So I mainly only use the stochastic RSI on these higher time frames, so like the 2-week, the monthly, and sometimes even the weekly. Nothing smaller than that, and that's because it can give you false signals sometimes. But if we zoom out to the 2-week time frame, you can see we don't get all that many signals. And what we've just seen there now, sorry, the wrong RSI, what we've just seen recently, it's not confirmed yet, but we're seeing our stochastic RSI coming back out of oversold, which is showing us the momentum is going up. And if we look at prior times in history when this happened, the last time was in sort of mid-June of 2024, which was right before this huge rally. If we look at prior times before that, well, it was quite choppy during the bear market, but eventually, once it broke out, it had basically marked the bottom. And this signal, guys, is in the process of occurring. It's not fully confirmed yet, but if you see this, if you stick this on your chart, it's a free indicator. stick it on the 2 week time frame. If you see the blue line and the orange line confirm back into this blue zone here at the end of this week, that is a very bullish sign. So I'm going to now walk you through the major signal that is the whole point of this video, and that is on the others chart. So this is the others chart on the 2 week time frame. Basically this is the total crypto market cap excluding the top 10, so it's the broader altcoin market. And the signal that I'm about to walk you through here, guys, could end up impacting your entire altcoin portfolio and could make you a lot of money if you play your cards right. So let's go through this. So what we have recently seen here, guys, is on the 2 week time frame, we have seen a 2 week candle close above our EMA band here, and this is huge. It's very important, and it doesn't happen very often. And basically what we've seen every time, almost every time in history, whenever you see that candle close above this EMA band here, it's basically led to a long-term rally in altcoins. So let's take a look here. So if we're looking at sort of from this cycle, you've got October 23, you've seen the close above there, above the EMA band, and we saw this big rally to the upside in the overall altcoin market. Again, similarly in October of 24, you got the close above here, above the EMA band, and you saw this significant rally. If we go further back then and we look at April 2020, you got the close above, which led to this fantastic rally in sort of 2021 and 2020. You did get a couple of fake outs in 2019. Don't bear that in mind. You got a fake out here in May of 2019, and you also got a fake out here in January of 2020, just before the pandemic. So it's not 100%, but again, if we look even at 2016 here, you got the close above, and that led to that spectacular rally in 2017. Okay, so this signal, guys, when it triggers, is not to be messed with, and it very often leads to, well, basically almost every time, except for the last cycle, basically leads to those parabolic rallies. And if we visualize this by putting on a coin, we'll try AAVE, but it doesn't have all that much history. So if I just overlay AAVE and take a look at what actually happens here, right? So the last time this happened was in October 24. You got the close above, and then you saw AAVE absolutely exploded, right? Again, you got the close above here in 23, and AAVE had a strong uptrend. If we look, and yeah, that's all the data we actually have there. So again, you've got limited data on AAVE, but if we even put on another one, let's go with maybe VeChain. I know I did this in a prior video. If we look at VeChain then, the prior cycle, like basically once you got that close above in April of 2020, it was basically off to the moon from there, right? And again, except for the fake outs. And if we're looking back in this cycle as well, on VeChain, close above, off to the moon, close above, off to the moon. So that's a couple of examples there, guys, of what the signal can mean. And as I said, this is not my opinion. This is just simple black and white. This is facts on the chart. Quite literally black and white, because my candles are black and white as well. But this is quite literally a facts on the chart. This candle has confirmed, and historically it's meant bullish upside for altcoins, which I'm glad to say, because it's been quite a bearish time overall in the cycle. So let's hope this is not to be a false signal, and let's hope it is going to be a bullish signal, right? So with this in mind then, what can you do if you're not already in AAVE? Well, the first thing you're going to do, we need to look for an entry point. And honestly, I cannot advise you to just ape into this right now, because look, we've already ran, let's see, basically 130%. So we've already had a significant move here. What you would be waiting for, guys, is a retest of our EMA band here on the daily time frame. So this is the much shorter time frame, and basically that would come into confluence here. Let's suppose this was the top. If it is, then you would be looking at basically somewhere around that sort of 382 level, around this EMA band here. So that's currently coming in at about $215 to $200. I would say that would be a good place to start laddering in some orders. But if the price does continue here without a pullback, which I think is unlikely, but if the price does continue without a pullback, just wherever this EMA band falls on the current day that it does have the pullback, then just set your orders around that EMA band in case I'm not here to make a video in time. So I hope you got some value from that video today. If you did, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and click that notification bell. I'm really trying to help you make some money with these videos so you can actually get an edge in the crypto market, because it's not that easy. People make it out to be easy. YouTubers especially make it out to be easy. But I would say a lot of you would agree that it's maybe not quite as easy as a lot of people make it out to be. So the whole point of this channel is to help you cut through some of the bullshit and help you actually make some money yourself. So I'm going to leave this video here, and I will hopefully speak to you in the next one. Bye bye.